Hello, sporting friends, and welcome to another edition of Barn Burner. As we get into it here on a Wednesday, which I'm sad to say I think is going to be a noodle-free Wednesday.
Low carb.
Low carb, carnivore diet. That's what we're on here at Barn Burner, apparently. As our buddy Jamie McLennan en route back to his to wherever he lives, and he's on his way back from Edmonton, which is he has family there. So
What's he doing in Edmonton?
Well, I'm guessing his mom.
Better not have been there to go put on face paint and act like he's 12 like the rest of the
Can't you just FaceTime your mother, Jamie? Because now we're kind of hanging in the weeds.
Jeez.
Byron Ritchie told me how great Noodles is yesterday.
In what forum? Just great guy, great broadcaster, great breath, great show.
Yeah, he listens, Byron, when Byron's traveling.
Right.
Former Flames great, Byron Ritchie.
Leadbridge Hurricane.
Yeah, when he's traveling, he downloads the overdrive that Noodles is on. Big fan.
Yeah.
That was the show you went on when you forgot the name our show, right?
Well.
Gotcha.
Second time we got it out there.
Yeah, they definitely held your hand on that one.
Yeah, they gave you some assistance there on that. He's a good boy. He's got, you think about this. We talk all the time about how busy he is, flying all over, going to all these games, doing all this stuff, all the hockey. Season comes to an end, and what does he do? Goes and sees his mama.
Now, I have a bit of a philosophy, Dean, and I'm an alternative thinker, you might say. So I'm outside the box. Let's call it I get outside the box. And
I like to say different.
Or dumb.
Crazy person.
Either way. Right. Either way.
You're a crazy person.
So plenty of terms that let's dive into this Noodles character.
All right, let's do this.
Real busy.
Seeing as how we got time.
Well liked.
Very well liked.
Respected. Seems to know and kibitz with everyone.
He's a schmoozer. He's a big time schmoozer.
Right? Yeah. There has to be a dark, deep, mysterious, twisted side.
What's he covering up here?
And see, there's two. This is going to sound like a shot. There's two different kinds of schmoozers. There's the Pinder type, and there's the Jamie type. Whereas, where I feel like the difference is the Jamie type. People are happy with the interaction. It's kind of a voluntary thing that they're happy for some back and forth. Whereas the Pinder kind is sometimes force-fed, and maybe you're not.
I don't have stories about Nickleback and billionaires and playing pro sports.
You're schmoozing with the wrong folk, is all.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Wasn't it Randy Travis's song, "A Better Class of Losers"? You need a better class of losers.
I mean, look at the fucking screen I'm on right now.
I was going to say, look what you're doing here. You could do a lot better, for sure. And the other thing is, too, hey, Jay. Oh, hey, guys. Sorry. You know what? So I got up this morning. Did the game last night and then caught the red eye. Then I got up this morning and got a workout in
Boston,
flew into town and then went to here. Jesus.
He doesn't stop.
Something's not right.
You think so?
Where are the bodies?
Where are the bodies? I couldn't answer you guys if you text me right now. I would be like,
no, you
wouldn't. Text this guy. He answers you. He gives you insight and backstory. Like he's covering.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He wants everything out there. He doesn't want you thinking about him, digging in. That's what it is.
You watch your ass, Warner. If that guy ever becomes a free agent, your job is toast.
Right. Yeah.
He's got a front.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
Just my take. Alternative thinker. Outside the box.
He's wearing the mask.
And yet we still seem to like him a great deal.
Yeah, I don't dislike him. I just think
it's a hell of a facade.
We don't want to dig too deep, or we're going to be like, ooh.
Oh, hey.
God.
Yeah. So as mentioned, probably a Thursday noodle visit.
No, you don't blow us off, cause us to go low carb, and just.
Is that what it is?
We get to decide, don't we? We're in control of this.
Thursday works well for us, yeah.
All right.
Thursday seems fine, yeah. Thursday
will
be just great. Yeah. So did we enjoy the match, the hockey last night?
Do you know who Carter Verhaeghe is? Have you heard of this?
I believe the word is clutch.
Oh.
Remember last year in the playoffs, we were talking about this guy.
My kids, we had the who's scoring in overtime conversation.
The low T magic. Love it.
And my brain went, he can't do it again. My first instinct was Verhaeghe.
Like,
there's no chance he's going to be hot again. Like it's happening. Reinhardt. Oh, way to go, Carter.
He's either on a heater or he's due to not do it. I mean, you could really spin it either way, Rhett.
We've talked about this guy a lot, obviously, because he does things that make you talk about him a lot. But again, this is the absolute, this is not finding a 20 in your ski jacket. This is finding a gold bar in the middle of nowhere. This is a guy who was drafted and let go and bounced around, and then all of a sudden, and it's not just that he's some kind of fluke clutch performer. He's a 30-goal player in the regular season. He is a clutch playoff performer.
Did you see the stat last night? 19 of his 34 goals scored in the third period. Now, maybe that's because there's empty netters and stuff, or is it because he's scoring when they need goals? I can't decide.
He's a good player. Good
Well, I
player.
can walk you through
goals at good times.
Yeah, some of what it is. So Carter Verhaeghe gets the overtime winner, 259 in. It's his 5th career playoff overtime goal.
That's so nuts.
He's played in 14 overtime games.
And like
obviously more playoff games, but of the 47 playoff games, I think it is that he's
that is a
in,
huge percentage of
14,
overtime.
Yeah, 14 have gone to overtime, and
Verhaeghe
he's scored the winner in 5 of them.
So almost more than 10% of his playoff games, he's scored an overtime winner.
Yes, despite like a third of his games going to overtime.
Yeah, and two of the 5 overtime winners were series clinching goals. They eliminated Boston in round 1 last year. He did it against Washington 2 years ago for that first series win in 26 years. Verhaeghe. 17 playoff goals in 47 games, 8 game winners, 5 in OT. The 5 OT winners is tied with Kane, Anderson, and Corey Perry. Only Joe Sakic and Rocket Richard have more. And it all came to the forefront last year because he had the game-winning goal in 4 of the Panthers' 13 victories. They did not ultimately win the cup.
It's all right.
But not bad.
Unreal.
Not bad.
He like we do an overtime magic thing. We got the fantasy hockey chat, so there's like 20 dudes in there. He went first overall last night.
That's smart. Someone's
just was I'm like, how are you? What? You have Stamkos, who looks great, Kucherov, Reinhardt, Kachuk, who had a bunch of Verhaeghe, and then after he scores it, all the data comes out. Oh yeah, that was probably the right pick to take.
We'll just kind of rehash it. He was drafted back in 2013 by the Leafs in the 3rd round. He's then traded to the Islanders. The Islanders trade him to Tampa. Tampa lets him go. He signs as a free agent with Florida, and he's been with them for 4 years. Prior to being a Panther now, he had 52 NHL games, 9 goals, 13 points on a deep Tampa Bay team. It's not a shot against Tampa Bay. They've done enough finding of diamonds in the rough. But
well, to be fair, like he's 25 and he hasn't done
at that point, he's a 24, 25-year-old guy.
Yeah.
Goes to Florida, 43 games, 18 goals.
That's a hell of a pace, by the way.
36 and 43, 18 of them goals. The next year, 78 games, 24 goals. Last year, 42 goals, and this year 34. So he is, what's your barometer for elite? He's a hell of a hockey player.
40 goals is a standard not many can get to, right?
But like you say, Rhett, there's enough of a body of work where some of it's going to be fluke, Johnny on the spot, right place, right time. When you start putting together this much, there's something to the guy that he embraces it. He's almost better in it when the game's on the line and when the playoffs hit.
He reminds me of another guy that was Tampa unearthed and put at the NHL level that went elsewhere and is still a star and was totally unforgotten and didn't bloom till he was 25. It's Jonathan Marchessault. They both went to the minors. They both had to really grow into men in their early 20s. Tampa finds these guys, and this is a massive, massive strength of the Lightning organization. They don't get credit enough for?
I don't know that the timing works out, but because Cooper's been in Tampa a long time, would he have coached them in the minors at all?
I'll go to Syracuse and see, because I think Cooper came from Syracuse to Tampa. Is that right?
Through the Tampa
championship.
He was with Benoit Gruel for one season. But again, it's interesting. You look at the guys: Anthony Cirelli, Matthew Joseph, Carter Verhaeghe. There's a lot of guys here. Some of them are playing for Tampa. Some of them are playing elsewhere. Eric Chernak,
Killorn.
But guys that have played in that Tampa Bay system.
Yeah.
Coleman.
It's as though
they were one of the best, if not the best, at identifying those guys. And they also have a huge data department. It wouldn't surprise me if those two things are correlated. If it's just a traditional, we have 20 scouts and a GM, all these other teams would be all over it. And, you know, talking to some people that are around the org, like they have been on the front end of using data to try to unearth guys like this. And there's a lot of guys like this.
It's the nerds.
I mean, I'm not saying it is the nerds, but what I am saying is that there's probably not been many more front offices run better than Tampa's the last 15 years, and these guys are proof that it works.
I think what's going on in Tampa is what's supposed to go on. The nerds and the hockey guys.
That's exactly it. Anyone suggesting that you don't need pro scouts and guys that have played the sport are missing the entire point. But if you don't have a strong department that can look at data, you're missing your own blind spots. And that's why you need these guys working together, because data might say one thing, you're like, yeah, but in these game situations, that's probably explains. Like, okay, well, geez, there's game experience working with it.
It's like,
honestly, if you look at the best run teams, Colorado heavy on data, Tampa heavy on data. You know,
okay, Ryan, we get it. Okay,
I'm sorry, Dean. Does it upset you?
See?
No, it's just
now you just pulled it.
We got it.
We're commingling.
It's the data, and much like Verhaeghe, Tampa Bay has done it too well over the years. These are not just flukes. You're just not continually falling ass backwards into shit. You know what you're doing.
Okay, awesome. Both of you, great points. Just shut up for a second and let me talk.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why don't people copy these people?
They're trying to. That's why data departments are growing, not shrinking, in all teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but it's not.
Do you think the Islanders have one with Lou?
They'd have something, but it wouldn't necessarily be large. I don't know the legacy left by the last regime.
There's not this, right? There wouldn't be this. You wouldn't
think so. But if there was, Lou wouldn't let you know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like if Lou did listen to these guys, he's not telling people. He's not even telling people when guys have been signed for 2 months. He leaves it in a drawer and sees who's leaky.
And that would be the other thing too. When it comes down to it, eyeball guys like this guy stinks. Data guys, no, he's going to break through. Everything is trending towards this guy being a real player, and he could play for us and be a difference maker. Who wins that struggle? Who's got the ear of the GM or whoever?
The problem, though, you're painting a picture that I don't think is real.
I agree. I think there's much more.
That the data and the hockey guys see a lot of the same things, not always. Right. And what you're saying would be an outlier, and I don't know who wins that battle, but I would bet 90% of the time what a hockey guy watches and sees would coincide with what the data guy is seeing. The difference is the data guy doesn't need to go to the rink to watch it. He looks at the stats afterwards. He doesn't have to watch the game. Here's the data. We don't have the shooting percentage, blah, 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 but he's in the right spot. The hockey guy's he's going, fuck, he's all over it. He's just not scoring.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you talk to Treliving in the old, before he left, like he would say a lot of things like that about Chris Snow's role, that it wouldn't be these epic battles of disagreement so much as like, we think we're seeing this. Can you verify that with like facts? And it's like, yeah, that's actually, the data proves that to be true as well. This is just a bad run of puck luck.
There would be some awkward moments, though. Probably you would think about Tampa or even Toronto when you're having scouting meetings or whatever. You're sitting around. Oh, did you guys watch the game last night? Yeah. Who got the game winner? It was Verhaeghe again. You look down the table at the guy who's like, this guy's shit. He's nothing. I watched this guy in Syracuse. He's fuck all, this kid.
Yeah.
Who got the 5th overtime winner for Verhaeghe.
And we talk about Tampa as this team that had all these high picks, and they did, but they also were the team that stepped up and said Braden Point's name first. Give them credit for that. They found a lot of really nice supplementary
go back
pieces.
to St. Louis. I think also, though, Ryan, don't underestimate what Stevie Y did with playing hardball with those guys. You know what? You've been great. Adios, muchachos. That's what he said. Adios, muchachos.
Spanish in Miami.
So. Yes.
Yeah, it's very much so. Geographically
he made hard decisions and allowed other guys to come in and be players.
Because Ryan Callahan, he's a hard solar, but they're not trading Marty St. Louis for that guy. It's not going to happen. Muchachos, the Panthers. The Panthers do get a win by a score of 3-2. Tampa. Here's what's interesting. You want to talk about now we have this, right? Like this. I feel bad for people that are just listening. I don't know
what are you doing? Just get on the YouTube.
So there's this, and then there's also kind of where two lines diverge and go a different direction.
Yeah, the fork in the road.
Florida has won 11 straight playoff overtime games going back to 2021.
So are they on the heater or they do to lose one here?
Right? Because you remember last year, it's Verhaeghe, it's Tkachuk scoring and darting straight off the ice. It's been an unreal run, 11 straight. The Lightning have lost 11 of their last 12 playoff overtime games going back to 2021.
Yeah, they've lost 2 1-goal games and have only been outscored by 1 in regulation in this series. And they're going home 0-2. There's some bad bounces in there.
How's the goaltending?
How about Bob last night? Christ.
It's there
Have
again.
They figured out how to use Bob finally? Like get someone to come in and play 35, 40 games a year and then just let them be ready?
I want to further that. If they were real smart, damn it, Bob, it looks like your ankle is swollen. I think your ankle's swollen, Bob. Take some time off. Do the Vegas thing.
Mm-hmm.
I assume you're talking about like in the winter, not now that you're telling this.
Like February,
Yes.
Yeah,
From
February.
Christmas till the end of the year, Bobber, your ankle all messed up. Can't believe it.
Let's just it was one of those ones I had my kids, we were watching, and it was one of those moments where you don't put together real words. What to watch?
I was at kids hockey and heard a guy yelling in the stands, watching on his phone, sitting by himself. Oh my God!
Yeah. Usually there's always the other side. I feel for Matt Dumba because he's going to see this for the rest of his life. But he knew he didn't have a lot of time. He's on his backhand, fires the puck at an open net, which again, if you were going to replicate this, let's take the same scenario. You stand here and you go here, and we're going to do this out of 100 times. How many times does this save happen? But it's one of the most unbelievable saves that you'll ever see.
You see it on the broadcasting, out of position. Yes, but that's how you get highlight reel saves like that, and it had no business stopping it.
Yeah, and again, we're seeing a lot of the same things last year. Bobrovsky was unbelievable. Carter Verhaeghe, timely goals. It's all just kind of falling. And what does it mean? I don't know. We're seeing a lot of the same things. And great view. A couple things here that we could show you. The aerial view, the shot of the save.
Jeez.
I mean, it's very grainy for whatever reason, but there's not much.
I had to blur it to keep the victims' names and identities anonymous.
Yeah,
sorry.
There it is. And there was another one. Now, I don't know. Is anyone into fine art, or?
Is it the Twitter account that compares all the?
Yeah, there's a Twitter account that compares.
I go to the Louvre in Paris.
Yeah,
you do. Yeah.
There's a Twitter account that compares fine art to sporting events. Or vice versa.
And it's unbelievable. The guy is an absolute savant with it. He doesn't use AI. This is all based on his massive catalog of art knowledge. He must be an art professor or something.
Yeah. Well, he found one last night. This was the Bobrovsky save. And again, off the top of his head, I guess, being the art guy that he is, knew that there was another one. Don't have it, Jack?
No, I lost it.
No.
Okay. Deleted it or...
Give me a sec.
Just said it again. That's fine. I feel like it's going to be like the Sistine Chapel, the reaching out and the touching.
It's much like that.
You just need the right amount of psilocybin and all the, again.
That's true.
The art will come to you.
I've been trying to find that right amount.
Silly what?
Anyway. Psilocybin. Water your brain.
You're a silly muchacho.
Right, muchacho.
Yeah.
Sam Bennett goal assist, puck in the hand/wrist, leaves, doesn't come back. Benny. Would be a bit of a loss for them.
Yeah, he'll be back.
There's another guy that he is what he is.
Playoff Sam Bennett.
But playoffs, he
just give him a little poke.
A little which?
Freezing.
Oh, I see.
I'm trying to do a syringe.
Busted paw would not be good if that's what it is.
It can only be busted for, right? Like if it's your play.
It can only be busted.
It's not going to break.
It's busted.
Again, it's busted. So
right. So play through it.
So if all the bones here don't work and you're just that's going to be tough.
It's awkward. It looks like maybe we have it.
Oh,
so it's
beautiful.
St. Francis of Assisi receiving the stigmata by Beachy de Lorenz from 1430. 1430 by Joel Auerbach.
Love that gold. Very nice.
Very bobber. Even the colors work.
Bobber. Yeah,
so now you had mentioned Tampa Bay. They've been outplayed for stretches of this game, but last night both goaltenders were going save for save, shot for shot. It was a tight hockey game. It was a friggin' great game, and they're down 0-2 headed home. Much like we don't ever count them out going into a series, I have a hard time counting them out now, but it feels like a hell of a hill here.
Yeah, a lesser team you'd really worry about, but would anyone be surprised if they won 2 at home here? They've been right there in both of these games. They are due a bounce in overtime, is what the stats you told me would lead me to believe, not to think that they don't know how to play overtime. So yeah, they need one more bounce the last 2 games. They haven't got it. They've also come out of the gates really slow in both. I think the shots were like 11-0 or 9-0 in both of these games.
Yes,
but that's not okay. That's their fault.
Well, that's what I mean. So on top of needing a few more bounces, you could show up on time as well. That would help.
Come on, Coop. Get the boys going here, Coops.
You know, another guy found money, and we've talked about him off and on, is Gustav Forsling for the
waiver claim.
Panthers.
Yeah. Wild. Absolutely insane.
Involved in a deal, goes to Carolina. Carolina's deep on the blue line. Put him on waivers. Want to send him down? No, we'll take him. And he's a dynamite defender.
It's absolutely insane that that caliber of player was found on waivers. It's Mark Giordano-esque.
That's hope for us all because, I think it was just yesterday or the day before we were talking about the Flames being screwed because who the hell are they going to get?
That's right.
Well, Pahal looks like a nice find. Like if he's your 6, you could probably live with that next year. But we're talking about a top 4, maybe top 2 or 3 defensemen. They prioritized his extension over Montour's, or at least they got it done first. Montour's still heading to free agency until he's not. That's something.
Don't you think that'll be another one of those situations where Montour, even if he goes to free agency, goes,
yeah, I'll stay here.
I
think so. Except I just don't know how much cap space they got because Reinhardt's he's gonna make a lot of money even if he takes a discount there.
Yeah, Forsling drafted in the 5th round by Vancouver, goes to Chicago. Chicago trades him to Carolina. Carolina puts him on waivers to send him down. Florida says, okay. Yoink. And he's been there for 4 years. Went there as a 23-year-old. I'll just play 20 a night. That's all right.
If that works for you guys. Another guy in that same exact era that, because you were talking about Verhaeghe and Marchessault, Yanni Gourde was found money for the Lightning as well.
And a great name to say. Sorry for interrupting you, Ryan, but what a great name to jump into.
Like every
Let's dig into it. Which is, do you enjoy the first or the last?
I don't have to differentiate, buddy. It's like a ham and cheese. I like it all.
Because you have 2 distinct sounds, and at the apex, it's fun. Yanni Gourde, you get to really kind of up and down the whole tone and everything. It is a very great name.
That's good.
Now, a gourd, is that one of those? It's like is that like a horn of plenty? Like, is that where you put the little?
That's a Thanksgiving root vegetable, doesn't it?
Yes, a gourd.
A gourd.
It's a gourd.
See, even that. That's
Jack,
cute.
can you Google? Find out what a gourd is. Because I feel and horn of plenty. I don't know why that was right in the front of my head.
Well,
I don't know that I've said horn of plenty.
You're a biblical human.
Not sure it's anything to do with the
Forsling just signed 5 3/4. That deal ends in 31-32. He's gonna be around for
what?
Yeah.
We have deals ending in 30, like,
31-32.
Wow.
That's a max term extension, friend.
I hope my deal goes that long.
That'll be 1 year after the Huberto deal's done, if I'm correct.
I'm not talking about work. I'm just talking about the deal with the planet.
How many years you got left on your deal?
You think the planet's going to have its shit figured out by 30-31?
No, I'm just saying I hope my deal on the planet is still being negotiated.
I see what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah. That was one of 4 games last night as we await Jack and his gourd update. Do you have anything, Jack?
I have it.
Come on,
Jack's
Jack.
sleeping. It's a symbol of abundance and nourishment. I can show you an image. It doesn't. It contains a lot of the pumpkin.
So is the gourd the horn, the thing that's holding it all?
No. A horn, I think, is just a basket that looks kind of like a horn. Yeah. It holds the gourds.
It holds the
horn. Holds the gourds.
You put your weed in there. Rangers Capitals
bowl.
Was the lid lifter on the night.
Go away, please.
Yeah.
Capitals just
done.
And you know what? I feel like last night that was as good of a counter punch.
That was their stab
as Washington was going to give you.
2 leads.
They
are
give up the Roslovic in the power play. Keandre Miller shorthanded, 4.5 apart in the second, gives the Rangers a 4-2 lead. They make it 4-3. They kept fighting back, but man, it just does not. I'm with you. I don't want any of these series. We don't want less hockey. More hockey is always better than less hockey, but I don't see how the Capitals are equipped to give us more hockey.
I'm with you. Hockey's great, especially playoff hockey. How many minutes of this match have you?
I saw about half the first game and pieces of last night. It's not great.
Chunks of the first and third, and not the body, but probably about 10-12 minutes of the middle frame. They're just
filler.
Yeah, they're just outmatched, is what it is.
Totally.
Rangers are just friggin' really good, and Washington is not.
Washington does not have a player on their roster that you could slide across and put in the same spot on the Rangers depth chart. Not one. They don't have an edge anywhere. I'm sorry. You're not good enough. You had 91 bleeping points. You're lucky you got in. Congrats. Spencer Carberry, what a great year. Welcome to the NHL. Go away, guys. Go away.
Yeah. That Strome is a better player than I gave him or bothered to pay attention to.
Yeah.
Been impressed by him. But again, this is what happens. Early in a series, it doesn't take long, 2 games. Alex Ovechkin, nothing, 1 shot on goal through 2 games. Was victimized last night on the 1 goal where he's just kind of standing still. And I forget which Ranger, if it was Zibanejad or whoever, just walked. I'll take that if you're just going to stand there and kind of twiddle your thumbs with it. But yeah, 2 even strength goals for Washington through 2 games. It's not enough. It's not enough. And Charlie Lindgren, like you said, Ryan, he catches with the wrong hand. So I don't know what to say about
harder.
Yeah.
They don't have any of this, Dean.
No, it's
honestly, they had no business making the playoffs. Huge tip of the cap to that crew.
The goddamn worst thing that could have happened for the whole league.
Keeping Sid out or them getting in?
Sid, Detroit, the way they had scored, would have been. You know what I mean? The
building was nuts.
Miraculous
last game at home.
Kane against the Rangers. He was there last year. He screwed them, kind of.
No, that said, it almost feels like, and because the contrast is so stark right now, watching this game last night, Adam Fox, Mika Zibanejad, Artemi Panarin, Chris Kreider. It's a borderline all-star team. Shesterkin in net.
Yep.
I'm not sure how much better. I think Detroit is probably down 0-2. Maybe we'd be saying the same thing. Oh, damn it. You spent all your gas getting in. You got nothing left. I don't know. I feel like the Rangers are probably going to be boat racing whoever they're playing.
I agree. I just think the games would be more interesting with Detroit.
Yeah.
Washington's only way to win is to choke you out and play boring hockey. The Wings, they got some interest. Like they'll lose 6-5 before they lose 1-0 sort of thing, right?
Yeah. So that's
Is what it is.
that is what it is. You're right.
It feels like we're just waiting for Canes Rangers. It's just inevitable. The rest of the divisions, who knows?
The Avalanche and Jets series, it continued in drunken fashion last night. Jets score early, and the Avs answer, and then a one-handed tip-in goal, and the barn goes crazy, and then, oh dear, 3 goals in the second period. Ends up 20 goals total in the 2 games. Oilers Flames for reference. Remember that, that was a dumb series back in 2022.
Yep.
Games 1 and 2, Flames Oilers combined for 23 goals. This one has 20. The record is 24 going back to the 80s with Minnesota and Boston. But the Jets gave up the fewest goals against in the regular season, 199.
Yep.
And the Avs have beaten Connor Hellebuck 10 times in 2 road games.
Yes. I brought up the comp of that first game of Battle of Alberta, saying like Colorado's not cooked here because they look like they're not going to have a tough time scoring on Hellebuck. It's 10 on him, to your note, and that's more than the Jets have scored on Georgiev, who we just talked about on Monday at length about how broken he was.
Give him some flowers.
Big time.
He played his balls off last night.
Yeah.
Because there were opportunities. There were some, again, the Avs still a little bit loose to the point Georgiev bailed them out on a number of occasions. So give that guy credit, because the hockey world was basically saying, give this Justus Annunen the start.
Well, he's not even healthy. If he was, he might not have.
He may not
been
have
Georgiev last night, right?
But this does a lot for the team, for him, just for everybody. The coach, you just feel a whole lot better. And they played a hell of a game, man. They blocked shots. They sold out. Avs were tremendous, I thought, last night.
Champions just 2 years ago.
Cale Makar, 2 assists.
So they're going home with a split, and they were a brutal road team and a superb
7-6, I believe.
Can I just? I don't like to be a stickler for details.
A Pinder.
But how much? And we're not good at math. So 5 plus 6 is
11.
And you said 10
because there's an empty net last
empty
night.
net goal.
We talked about 10 beating Hellebuck.
Gotcha. I was confused.
If we're going to be sticklers.
There we
go.
Details.
Oh my God.
That's on me.
Is it?
Yeah. So, fellas, you talked about the road record going into this series.
Yes. Now, again, we'll just go straight up, because there's, maybe you win on a ship straight up, because that's what the world we're living in now.
Yeah.
Regular season road record for the Avalanche, 19-22. At home, 31-10.
How they feeling now?
Feeling great.
Split on the road, steal home ice, coming home.
Jets battered, rattled yesterday, didn't they?
With the Jets,
been here before. Like,
yeah.
I don't worry about Colorado when things get tense. The Jets, a little bit of playoff experience for this crew, but
who the hell's this Manson kid?
You like him?
That's Dave's sweet boy.
He was a forward as a 19-year-old in the BC League and was no good. And then they ran into injuries in Salmon Arm. He goes back on the blue line. Everything clicks, and the Ducks draft him. And he is in the NHL 2 years later. It's absolutely insane.
That is crazy.
It's wild. You wouldn't believe it.
And there's a story for all you idiot parents like me trying to stick handle through every scenario.
Yes.
Well, if we don't
keep overthinking it, it'll work out well.
Are you using a 3/4 or a 1/2 inch on the skate sharpening?
Right.
Because I thought with the 3/4, it's a 5/8. You're gonna.
It's wild. Like just a plug in the BC League on the third line into NHL defenseman 2 years later. Can't write that shit.
So many things in there killed the Jets too. That shitty first goal off the face-off by Miles Wood. Just dribbles in. The Manson goal, a breakaway coming out of the box. Don't turn the puck over. Just everything that could go wrong went wrong. It was the Avs night. You said it. I don't know. They just looked like we're winners. We know how to win. We're a big boy team, and they Georgiev here again. It's good. Is this going to be another one of those series where you go in and the Jets have the decided edge in net with Connor Hellebuck against whoever?
Just like the Flames did with Markstrom over Smith.
Markstrom over Smith.
It's probably a little more complicated than that when you've got superstars on one side.
What is it with goal scorers in this era?
What is it with them?
What's the deal?
Like, these buggers can score.
It's wild.
Even against the best goalie in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So what?
I don't care.
You gave me 2 inches, dummy. I'll put it right there.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Allen's been doing some panel work on the hockey night intermissions, and he talked about a certain handed shooter coming in on a breakaway where you have to move. He forces you to move.
Yeah, because he's going to get across you.
And you need to lift your pad up by like a tiny amount just to get enough of an edge to push off your blade. And he says, like, the snipers, they either hit that window or they don't, and they score. You can't stop them. Like, it's just
not you stopping it. They either
they either execute or they don't. And it's like it's that level of prowess when you watch Matthews and these guys get at it. Pasternak's the same.
And you go even because we talked about Verhaeghe already. I mean, that's little patience, put it upstairs. That Roslovic goal from the Rangers. Now it's a power play goal, but he's at a bad angle. And Ray Ferraro, who I love, I got all the time in the world. I think Ray's a great guy and awesome. One of the best at what he does. He's like, Lindgren, maybe he's down, doesn't need to be down there. Well, he's not a huge goalie. But Roslovic takes it by the dot, loads up, and shing right under the bar. Look, again, a mail slot.
Yeah.
It's like, well, Lindgren should have had it. Sorry, Charlie. I mean, Jesus Christ, that's a hell of a shot. So it's not just the elite that have that ability. Oh, Jack Roslovic put it in the roof to make it a 1-goal game, or give them a 3-2 lead at that point. So
and the master of that might be Draisaitl. I want to show you this heat chart. I'm just going to send Jack right now.
I love a good heat chart.
So Draisaitl a foot or two off the goal line in the right corner. How do you beat goalies clean so often? It's just wild. And you saw it in game 1. You're like, that angle is preposterous. How? And it's, the guys we just talked about are some of the best finishers in the sport.
He's like the Ovechkin light, the 2024 Ovi, where you know where he's going to be.
Yeah.
And you know what he's going to do. So take the pass away, do something.
Angle.
The problem is, the guy feeding them is the best fucking player in the world. So you can't give him a bunch of space either. But he's going to be right there. And you think he's at a shitty angle. And he is. But it don't matter. No. You're still going to have to play him as if he's right at the back door. Ah, damn it. I do love a good heat map, though.
So look at this. Red is where you're above league average, and bright red is where you're way better than league average. Blue would be below average, and white's just your normal. The only area on the ice, Leon Draisaitl, is particularly better than everyone else is that shitty fucking angle off the low right side of the goal line. Like, it's nuts.
You used to get you'd get benched for shooting from there. Right?
Why are you there in the first place? You're not an option for us. You're out of the play. You've put yourself out of the play altogether.
Look at that. The closer he gets to the corner, the better he is than everyone at hockey scoring from there.
Well, there you go. Okay, so Jets Avs, they'll move on back to Denver. Avs feel great. I think so. Yeah, I think that.
And you know what? If they need to go to the backup, now you've given them time to get healthy. That was a big start for Georgiev because they didn't really have an option to go to someone else. They called up that Provetsov or whatever that used to be in Arizona that's beaten the Flames. And he's not a bad guy. Like, any of these guys can get hot and look good, but that was big for you. You go down 0-2, even if Annunen is healthy. Like, oof. I don't know.
Yeah. And Jets score early too to bring the building alive, and he settles right in. Which then you flip the script and you go to Vancouver, where earlier in the day you get the word from Rick Tocchet that it's this guy's out. He's I guess Rick Tocchet didn't give it, but it's the word. It's going to be out for the series.
You said it on the show yesterday. Remember? Elliot broke it, and I put $5 down on a national regulation win.
Yeah. And a minute 14 in, the Predators make it 1-0. And it's just one of the, well, we'll be okay. No Demko. It's Casey DeSmith's a good goalie, boys. Let's get out there. And the fans will be telling themselves, the coaches, the players in the room, everybody, we're good. We're good. Minute 14 in, 1-0 Nashville. Well,
fans are chanting his name, trying to get him back in it. Shit. Well, and I think it was, they missed the net 33 times last night and had another like 20 to 40 blocked. The shot attempts were through the roof. They weren't good at getting them through or on target. Yeah,
it's one of those things. There's a number of things that are plaguing the Canucks. So there's some hope there that if you can rectify a few of them, you'll be where you probably need to be, more or less. But there's also a lot of things to rectify here.
Yeah.
Because remember, you were down 2-1 before the 2-13 kind of miraculous comeback against in game number one. And then here, Vancouver didn't have a shot on goal on 3 power plays in the first period.
Pettersson and Miller still crickets.
Pettersson open net from the right dot with 2 seconds left, misses the net altogether. Pettersson 0 shots, -3 on the night, no points through the 2 games. Their power play, 0 for 4 last night, 0 for 6 through 2 games. So yeah, get the power play going, get your star players going. The goalie's going to be a thing. I don't even know how much you put on. It was, I think it was 3 on 12, ends up being 3 on 15 for Casey DeSmith, but still it was 18 shots for UC Saros. That's pretty, you'll take that if you're UC Saros. You're going to 20 or less. Yeah. I'll be happy with that kind of workload.
Nashville, it's perfect, right? Go play this boring, clog it up, get in front of everything road game, come home, square it off.
Nashville had 0 shots in the third period until the empty net goal.
Oh,
boys, we got enough goals. We don't need more.
We don't need.
Just don't give up any.
Relax.
Just don't give up any. We don't need to worry about it.
Energy.
Yeah. And Beauvillier, the former Canuck, with a goal and an assist. That would have to feel good. I'm gonna stick it right. I'm gonna put it right in your tuchus. Here you go.
Just a 5th rounder for him, hey?
Rick Tocchet, head coach of the Vancouver Canucks. He's got a lot to deal with here all of a sudden. Life went from great to,
Let's see what you can handle there, Jack.
Yeah, we got a few things. We love honesty. Here's a little post-game honesty from the Canucks head coach.
Pete's a young kid. You know, this is his first kind of taste of pressure playoff thing, and you know, this is good for him. He's got to learn that he's got to dust himself off and be ready for game 3. And he's got to be very decisive with the puck. I want to see him shoot the puck. Like, he's got to take it. Like, but I think he'll be fine. I mean, this is good for him. Good learning lesson.
I love that's like Tocchet's talking to some of his buddies.
Yeah,
right? That's very honest. He's got to dust himself off and get better. He's got to shoot the puck. It's a good learning lesson for him. But he's got to get up and get going here. 6
seasons in the league. He's just 25, but we've seen him look like one of the best centers in the game at times. We saw Travis Green demote him to the 4th line for a significant portion of a season. And again, the last time the Canucks played a playoff game that wasn't in the bubble, Michael Furland was in that series. It's been a while. It hasn't happened for a lot of these kids. We knew they'd face adversity. They got it in a serious dose now with no Demko.
And like you said, and like we've said over the years, you can't do it until you do it, or until you do it, you can't do it in the eyes of many people. And Pettersson is going to be one of those guys until he breaks through. Gaudreau was that way. It was until you do it, you can't do it. So
yeah, Ovi for sure, Rhett. Good call. Yeah,
for sure. So that's
still a good team.
So what are we giving the night in terms of entertainment value? Out of I mean, pretty good, right? Even the Rangers Capitals game. It was 1 goal game. It was tied. It was not terrible. It was not unwatchable. The Nashville thing, it was a lot of Nashville, but it was the drama. It was just the whole Vancouver. Now, probably not as great if you were a Canuck fan.
And the hockey was not as great either. It was very cloggy. But
it was very cloggy.
Avs Jets.
The hockey that I watched was highly entertaining.
Florida Tampa
was watching with my kid, and I said, just watch these two teams. It's all out every shift. up and down and up and down, and not a ton of whistles. We're not icing it. We're making smart plays, dump it in, change, away we go. Shots. Vasilevsky gave his team a chance to win. He was terrific. And we know what Bobrovsky also had that save on Anthony Cirelli, where he cuts around the D, goes to the crease, and he just gets a toe on it, and then it's mayhem in the crease. And of course, the puck's staying out.
Third, Bobber had the one where the guy got behind he missed the poke check, and he caught it with the shoulder.
Yes. Yeah. Everything's coming up, Bobber.
Been a good run in that 7-year, 10-a-year contract.
You're not making fun of that anymore, are you, Pinder? You wish you had the Bobber under contract, huh?
I don't know. I'd take Bobby. That wouldn't be one of my top picks, but he's been good. Good regular season this year for the first time in like a half decade. Heater in the playoffs last year. Looks good in this year's postseason.
You don't know what it takes.
He's paid for that just in the playoffs last year, kind of paid for that.
Probably close if he gets that ring for sure. Yeah.
Home dates, jerseys.
Oh,
I don't think these guys are underpaid. I'm not going there.
No, well, I'm saying you're right, Boom. The fact that they've won those games, because without that, if they lose to Boston, first of all, they've created again a real culture. Like they've got support of the people. How long was it? Deadsville.
It was awful there. It was so bad.
Well, yeah. What was it? Because when Verhaeghe, it was 26 years between series wins.
Oh,
not ideal in a hockey market, let alone in Sunrise, where
96 exactly.
You were there.
I was there, and it took a Bill Lindsay burning past Raymond Bourque. Out of the way, Ray.
Out of the way, Ray.
That's what they always said about Bourque. Yeah. Out of the way, Ray. Could we maybe, let Gord Kluzak play instead, or, Glenn Wesley? Who else would have been there? Those are our opening statements for the playoffs today. For McLeod Law, Shane King, he's a partner in the litigation and dispute resolution group specializing in areas like employee rights. Being laid off or terminated can be hard. Shane, he'll review your situation. Just make sure you've been treated fairly and as the law requires, with a practical approach, plain language, not legal jargon, good guy, down-to-earth guy, Calgary guy, looking to take care of...
Sunburned guy.
Yes.
Is that what it was?
He is gone.
He's
Yeah.
He's in a different country.
Yeah.
Different climate. That's where we should be.
How's that go, Ryan?
Yeah.
Time is it in
you want to lay me.
Hawaii. Oh, time is it in Hawaii, Jack? Can you figure that out for me?
Probably.
We went to Hawaii to watch. I don't think it's a good thing, right?
I remember watching the Leafs blow that 3-1 lead in Game 7 to the Bruins in Honolulu, and it was like afternoon, not night.
I was there.
7 a.m. Red.
4 hours behind us.
Yeah, I was going to say it's 4 or 5 hours.
I don't want to do the show at 7 a.m.
No, you don't. No. What about 6?
Oh, even worse.
Who does that?
If you want to go to Portugal, we can do this thing at midnight, something like that. That'd be good.
Is that too? Well, it's good for you. Boom's been that's his key sleep time.
That's usually when he wakes up, isn't it?
10 and 3 and 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. That's that boom shutdown.
Any Nickleback fans in Portugal?
See ya.
Huh? You want to rock and roll or go home? Nickelback's coming to the Stampede, I saw.
See ya.
I've
said this before, I'll say it again. Nickelback gets a bad rap.
They do it great. Nickelback's like they've got everything. What more?
All they do is put out bangers and songs that are very listenable, and we talked to Noodles about it. I feel like it's coming back around. I feel like people are
the 90s are coming back around. I don't know.
Nickelback is they're I guess quite good and happy in their own skin and millions of dollars will do that. Millions and millions and millions of dollars will do that. But yeah, it's a bit of a tangent just to kind of get.
I mean, like, look, they're wildly popular and made lots of money. Where's the sympathy? I miss it. They're not critically acclaimed. Okay, but who cares? Like, it wasn't made to be critically acclaimed. It was made to top charts, and it did. So they did what they wanted.
Yeah,
they worked with Santana.
Bow. So did Rob Thomas.
Smooth.
Yeah.
A lot of callbacks today.
Don't forget about it. Hey, it's the DFO Playoff Parlay Challenge. You play it every single day. There's 4 questions. It's kind of why they call it a parlay. Pick the winning team. Guess the over-under in total goals. Predict the first goal scorer. Choose the highest scoring period. Daily winners will get some. You can snag a gift card. Each round, champion's going to pocket some cash. Play now. Games.dailyfaceoff.com. And it's fast, it's fun, and it's all about hockey. Let's go. That's what it says here. There you go. Somebody in the chat there, the dimensions or whatever, the comments. Boomer, Creed is back. Creed is back. Have you seen? There's been a lot of these, a lot of teams using Creed as their win song, their old pump me up song.
Was it the Florida Panthers and like Luke Kuechly that used to Creed bomb people at their lockers? They
Yeah, there was the Creed bomb thing.
Can you take me higher? Like,
I do. And again, this is probably not the measurement to use, but I know when we were in Jasper, basking in the glory of our pond hockey championship win.
Yeah,
with that drinking out of the trophy just over your shoulder. Oh,
it's a championship trophy right there, folks.
There it is. To the winners go the spoils. So sweet. So sweet. And that dumb Adam Seaborn, he was playing music on his phone and fired up some Creed.
Look, Creed bomb.
And the entire place was singing top of their lungs. Hello, my friend, we meet up. Yeah, it is one of those things, and you have to imitate the voice to do it, right? Yeah.
I mean, it was also a room full of Edmontonians, so not going to be surprised there. But yeah.
They're having fun up there.
Oh!
Best ever life. Everything's great. Everything's great.
What do you
I saw
shredded chicken.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
What's that, Rhett?
Shredded chicken?
What do you do with shredded chicken? I got a container of shredded chicken.
What's what is it, dry or has it been
shredded chicken? Get rotisserie that they pulled apart.
Yeah.
I saw it. I'm like, I'm gonna buy that. And now I'm like, what are you doing with it?
Tacos.
Yeah.
Tacos.
That'd be great. The Mexican soup. What's the name for it?
Oh, yeah.
Tortillas in it, the cheese, a little meat in there. Oh, yeah.
There's a name for it. Soup. I could do a soup with it for sure.
Yeah. The quesadilla is always a fun
Guadicilla for sure. Yeah.
Quesadillas. It's a lot of throwbacks today. It's a lot of throwbacks. Service Credit Union. I'm going to throw it back. It's a 6th straight year they've done the Service Big Share. It's your chance to win $1 million just by saving money. You, anyone can enter by becoming a member and saving with Service. Every $500 saved gives you 5 entries into the Service Big Share contest. Few ways to earn entries. You can save in a daily banking account. Fast track your savings with a high yield savings account. Invest in a GIC Service has during the contest period. Great interest rates and term lengths. Maybe it's a TFSA. Maybe it's an RRSP. But what you need to do is transfer your existing savings to Service for chances to win $1 million. Contest ends April 30th, 2024. Skill test required. For rules, visit service.ca/win. SERVUS.ca/win.
What about a lemon chicken soup?
Yeah.
That should be fine.
Oh, I wanted bigger. You're not a lemon.
Yeah, the lemon in the soup. I mean, I'm a soup guy. What am I going to tell you? I'm not going to have it. I'm going to try it for sure. When you said, "What am I going to do with shredded chicken?" I just immediately thought, when you go to a taco place and there's the marinade or there's the kind of the the juice that it's in. So delicious.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have that. I just
got to make that
shredded chicken.
So that's what. So what would you? Because you got time. If you were going to go right now, what would be kind of a marinade you could whip together quickly and let the chicken sit in it? for a
Well, it
few
wouldn't
hours.
be a marinade. It'd have to be a sauce because, like, a marinade to me is a pre-cooking instrument. This stuff's cooked, so this would be. I consider. Anyway, tacos was immediately what I thought
Yeah, it
of.
was the first thing that popped into my mind.
Also, a buffalo chicken dip,
Dude.
Okay,
right?
the
Buffalo
bun's
chicken
going to be
dip.
key. What
I
else are we
know,
putting on
but
there?
again, those are staples. I'm trying to pull it out of you. You know, sometimes
you
have
are.
to pull it out of Rhett. I'm trying to pull something. Give me more.
But you know what it is? It's like Draisaitl on the power play for Edmonton.
Mhm.
You know, maybe we want to work to the top of the umbrella. Maybe we want to try and get Bouchard open on this side, and then you get to the point. It's like, you know what? Just fuck it. Give it to Draisaitl down low.
It's good.
Maybe I'll do some lemon soup or some whatever. You know what?
Nope, it's tacos.
Cream cheese, shredded chicken, hot sauce, dip.
Do we like barbecue chicken pizza?
Has to be done right. I feel like it's got too popular.
I'm
If
either
it's like
I'm not
barbecue,
And
too
another one of
barbecue
those things
saucy, I
where
don't know.
I have pizza. I like pizza. I don't
Yeah.
need to get.
Yeah,
I was going to say
you're getting cute.
I'm too snooty for it, but I think it's the other. I'm not snooty enough for chicken pizza. I just want pepperoni. I want meats that aren't chicken. I
Meats and cheeses.
don't muck around with my
Salamis and
sauce.
pepperonis
I just I want red sauce and pepperoni and sausage or meatballs or whatever.
New York style.
Yeah,
big bubbly crust, thin, and
big
just
bubbly
pepperoni,
crust.
cheese. Let's go.
Yeah. Bubbly crust. What are you doing for dinner tonight, Ryan? What's
I will definitely check in with my wife at about 4:30 to see what's happening.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm on the keep the hyenas busy from 2:30 until dinner, and she's on the prepare dinner. That's the division of labor.
You will like this, and I don't like giving out free plugs.
Okay.
But my daughter is she's an animal. She's got more personality than everyone in the house. She's unique, and she is unabashed. I like what I like. Why would I care what anybody else thinks?
Love it.
Had to go. Her bus was running late. Long story short, had to go pick her up. Had to stop and get her fed, and then get her to another place because she was going to an event last night. Pick her up, and just because of traffic and the times, we need to be more or less point A to point B. So along the way, here we'll go to Deerfoot Meadows or whatever it's called. There's restaurants, there's stuff in there.
Find some quick.
We'll find something quick, and then we'll advance further to drop you off. So we were coming down from, I guess, Heritage or whatever, and you come down the hill, and she's kind of looking over. Oh yeah, so there's that over there. Oh, IKEA. Like what? Yeah, I want meatballs. I want meatballs.
What a veteran move. Quick too.
I was like, well, there's a Wendy's right here. You know, we can get
No,
this.
Dad.
No. It'll be fast, right? Because it's just it's there. Yeah, IKEA. I want meatballs, and you know what? I want extra meatballs, and I don't want any of the jam on the side. I just want meatballs and gravy with mashed potatoes.
It's your daughter.
All right, babe. Here we go. And as a dad, when you don't, what am I going to fight for? Why,
buddy?
You give her a little hug and you say, "I'll have the same."
It's a modern version of the two banger. It's food at a place you're shopping for other things. It's amazing.
So happy and so confident. Hi, what would you like? Yes, I'd like the Swedish meatballs with extra meatballs, please, and no jam, just the gravy. You want peas? Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh.
Sure. Yeah.
Peas.
And a milk, and we were fed. We were happy, and
On the
it was
road.
a success.
How long in and out?
15.
Amazing.
Yeah. It was exactly what we needed, and in my mind, it's not the worst food in the world. I feel like that's better than.
Yeah, you feel like you're a good parent at that point where you're like,
Sweets are smart. They're doing the things
that's
they
better
need to
than a drive-through burger and fries, and then it's like, well, or is it? I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Doesn't matter. You feel better about it, Dean?
Yeah. Oh, I
There you
felt
go.
great.
It's
Yeah.
better than.
Yeah.
No
Felt
mental
great.
anguish. I was dealing with IKEA yesterday. The shoveler was putting together IKEA furniture for her friend, which seemed like an odd situation, but being
Someone's
the brilliant
moving out
human
or
that I am
in
and
or-
the outside the box thinker I am,
Right.
I realize this is not
Crazy
my
person.
time or place to enter the foray.
Look at you just sitting back, letting things
You do
play
your
out, eh?
thing there, honey.
How would you be best utilized in that scenario? So if they're
Leave it.
they're doing the building,
Like Pinder said, he was the hyenas. I feel like the best thing for me to do, veer off in another path.
gotcha.
See what's happening, recognize what's happening, and make a quick pivot.
Mm-hmm.
You do you over here. I'll be doing this.
Yeah, I guess so. Let's do the Pinder Report. Presentation of Village Honda, the Honda Civic. How about it? Leading the way in value, reliability, performance. 2024. That's 10 out of 10 in car and driver comprehensive vehicle testing. The Civic Type R, the Civic SI, ranked number 1 and number 2 respectively in the sport compact category. Its quality, its value, its reliability, and it's all at Village Honda. You can go online, villagehonda.com, or you can by all means visit, take one for a rip at the in the Northwest Auto Mall. They're your dealership for life, and they present the Pinder.
Just out for a rip, are you, bud?
Are you bad?
Just out for a rip. By the way, shout out to our boy Anthony, who saw at the Calvary game last night.
Is that right?
Very excited about the new season. It's got the new Blizzard kit. Looks good.
Hey, look at this. You want to see something?
Young
You wanna see
fellas.
something?
Huh?
Check it out. Look at this.
Oh,
Just bought a Honda 2024. Not a boy, Angelo. Not a boy, bud.
Is that a little
Good for
bright?
you.
That's just a smart move. Feels like a smart move to me.
You know what? Happy,
Glad for him.
reliable. Good job. Well done.
It's going to retain value. It's going to run brilliantly.
Yeah.
It's a trusty vehicle right there.
jealous.
Let's start with the news in the Flames land thing with well, I guess we could talk about the draft. Half of the top dozen NHL prospects this summer are blue liners. They're all pretty good at something, right? That's the latest on Flames Nation with Ryan Pike. We do have a lot of time to break this down, but here's the thing. When you're drafting like 20th, it's really tough to get into your draft prep. When there's only like, you're picking in the top 10, you really only got to know like a dozen guys. One of them's going to be yours.
And they all have strengths, so they're not all shit. Is that
They are all going to be taken in the top dozen, which means they're going to be pretty fucking good.
Huh. So they're not shitty.
No,
Is
quite
that-
good. Yeah,
Good.
I think Carter
I'm glad to hear
Yakupchuk
that,
might
'cause
be the sixth.
What would
He kinda
suck
slid
is
this
if
year.
they were all terrible and you had to
Yeah,
take-
I know I think there's sort of a gap between 5 and 6 on this, but one of the trusted prospects writers out there suggested that all 5 of these guys would have slid in ahead of Reinbacher. And last year's deep draft class was first D off the board. And that Shimashev or whatever it was that went to Arizona. All these guys
shimmy shake.
have looked better than those 2 last year.
Could
in
be
their draft
a
years.
very good soaker in the end.
Could be
but
a huge body, big soaker.
the flip side of that, you're picking in top 10. You're going to get a very good player unless you draft a guy who isn't any good. When you miss
Yes.
in the top 10, it's a real kick in the canurbles then.
Yeah, ask the people that drafted Rico Fata and Daniel Tkachuk. It doesn't
And
go
even-
well for the org.
And even now, with all the aforementioned data and
Yep.
expertise that exists, there are still some tremendous swings and misses early in a draft.
You're still projecting 17-year-olds as men. What is this
Yeah.
guy going to look like at 25? That's not easy. Well, let's have a little fun here. Jack, last time he did it, I think nailed it. So no pressure, Jack. Just do it again.
So
Let's
it's
give it a
draft.
spin, the old draft
Snooze.
lottery simulator. Buffalo
yeah.
Rat
Congratulations, Lindy Ruff.
moving up 10 spots. And
10
the Flames drop
spots.
down to 10.
That's shitty. Not ideal.
Let's try it again. Don't
Really?
need it.
Hmm.
Yeah. Top 3 stay the same, but move around. Okay. Next.
3.
Oh, look at that. No way. All the way up to second for the Flames.
I'd take that.
You'd have the pick of the litter of those 5 D-men. You want the
So what would be
6'8"
the-
kid in Russia?
What would be the scenario there where they get to 2? Does that mean they've won it?
That means that San Jose won the first poll. They do 2 polls. They used to do
Right.
3. And so the first poll, you move up a maximum of 10 spots. So San Jose would go from 1 to 1. They stay there. They win it. And then the second poll, Flames move up as high as they can move up, which is to second after
There you
San
go.
Jose's won it. I believe that's correct. And again, it's all kind of based off number combinations. So I don't know. Weird.
Because at the end of the day, and because truly, San Jose, team 32, what do
Yes.
they have a 25% chance? Is that
I think a
what it
little
is?
higher since
higher
they
than that?
adjusted it, but not much. Let's the Tankathon website actually has those odds on it, Jack. If you can pull it back up.
No, I mean, it's
And-
maybe a conversation for another day.
Sure.
And I understand what it is they're trying to do. And these are all teams that need help near the bottom of the draft. But if you're the 32nd team, and specifically this year, where you're the San Jose Sharks and you are straight shit,
Yeah.
should you not have a better chance at getting the first overall?
Well, see, it goes both ways, because then when
That's
the Oilers
Buffalo.
win it again, you're like, oh, you can't let we want to. Well, you don't want to reward tanking. You also want to put something in place where teams can't get too fluky, like the Oilers did and win 4 lotteries in 7 years. Never mind other top 10 sprinkled picks in there. You want to deter tanking,
and I think you can do that.
Well, that's what they've done. Yeah.
But I mean, I just feel like they've overcompensated. I think you could go 50-50, and it's not a given. You can still tank if you choose, but it's still not a given.
25.5%.
Yeah,
chance of winning the lottery is.
Brett, what do you think? Does that feel?
I got to be honest with you, Dean. I really don't give a shit.
Good.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Let's move to stuff that Rhett may care about. We'll test his interest on the Wranglers playoff
Buffalo
series.
chicken dip.
Good luck, Wranglers. The Flames wishing their affiliates a good run.
Very nice.
And
is that
because we don't?
Yeah, is Igor cheering on the Wranglers? Is that what's happening here?
Why is it so
good? He's
Jack,
very supportive. He loves the organization.
Why is the shit so garbled? Because it takes it gets a little bit better there, and then it's better now. What's the scoop?
Don't drive Dean nuts with this.
I don't
stuff.
really
He'll go
know.
off the rails.
Well, we're doing a video podcast, and we gotta wait.
Well, it is an image. That would be a huge amount of. No, it's just an image.
Oh, the bandwidth.
But even we showed the video earlier of the Bobrovsky save. We had to wait for it. Is that
And if you're wondering where Jordan Osterley is, there he is, boys.
Hi, Jordan.
Hello.
Hi.
There's your schedule tonight at Tucson, Friday at
Tucson.
Tucson.
Tucson. I got to be honest. I've been there. I've hung out.
What do you think?
I've walked the main streets.
Good vibes.
Tough town.
Is it tough? Is it Albuquerque? Albuquerque, you want to be down there? That's where the hippies and the art is and the good food, or Tucson have that too?
Yeah.
Got to win 2 or 3 or your season's over. It's that simple. They're all in Tucson. It's basically a play-in round. 2 against 7 is your seeds here.
Because Don Williams had the song Tulsa Time. Now, Tulsa's in Oklahoma.
Living on Tulsa
time. Living on Tulsa.
You said Tulsa time like 100 times.
I wonder if that was
The Big
Mile
Humans,
Walk
old
back
man.
to it.
That is the only CD allowed on the boat.
Donnie Williams?
Yeah, the Big Humans, Old Man's Boat.
Oh, I like it. Yeah. Lord, I
Wanna
hope
listen to music.
I hope this day is good. No, but I guess so. Tucson. Are there any musical? Because I was trying to think, what's the song with Tucson, Arizona, Tucson's.
Let's Google the old.
I went from Phoenix, Arizona, all the way to Tacoma, Philadelphia, Atlanta, L.A. That's not
Steve
it.
Miller Band. No Tucson there.
What was the Eagles? Take It Easy. You were on a flatbed Ford, slowing down to take a look. Where were they?
Tucson Train. Bruce Springsteen, 2019.
Jordan Davis, Tucson Too Late.
The Lights of
See what
Tucson.
he did there.
Mel Tillis.
Yeah.
Send me down to Tucson.
Rhett, tell Ryan about Mel Tillis.
Mel Tillis?
Mel Tillis, true
Patty
story.
Tillis, or daughter of
Pam
Mel?
Pam Tillis, daughter of Mel Tillis.
Sorry, what was her first name?
Pam.
Pamela?
Patty Loveless is who you're thinking of. It's very much you know what though, Rhett? Same era, very similar. Mel Tillis stuttered when he spoke. He had a stutter. You might remember him from the Cannonball Run movies with Burt Reynolds and Dom DeLuise. Hilarious. But yet when Mel Tillis would sing, no stutter.
Are we allowed to do?
All right. So
Mel?
Was Mel Tillis a regular in the Dukes of Hazzard, or
I don't remember
Cameo?
him as a regular.
oh, he's in the Dukes of Hazzard?
I'm sure he is, yeah. Well, probably showing those acting chops from the Cannonball Run. Of course,
Sorry,
he had
Ryan. Carry on.
Dean
Tracy
Martin.
Bird. Do we know Tracy Bird? Looks like
Sure do. Keeper of the Stars, Watermelon
Tucson
Crawl.
too soon.
Tucson too soon.
Anyway, Wranglers
We could play music.
and the
for you.
Roadrunners
know.
tonight.
God, it'd be so great.
Why can't we?
We're not sure if we can or not. But the boss is looking at it.
Winslow, Arizona. That's what it was. And take it easy.
NHL tonight. Let's get to it, friends. Good luck, Wranglers. By the way, they got
Ryan.
Wolf.
Could you stay focused? Like we're doing the Pinder Report.
A hot topic here.
It's my fault, guys. I have not microdosed today.
Ryan,
here we go. Bruins and
you.
Leafs. Game 3 in Toronto. Also, we've got a couple late ones. So 1 early game, 2 staggered late games. Dallas got to bounce back against Vegas and the Kings. My goodness. A lot of solutions they're going to need to come up with to hang with the Oilers, who there's still some value on that puck line, I think. We'll talk about that in the
Here's my 3-game parlay.
Okay.
It feels very leafy to me. It feels very leafy. So the Leafs are going to win. LA, completely outclassed. McDavid and Draisaitl look good. Sorry, LA. That Dallas Golden Knights game is going to be an absolute banger.
That's a banger.
I think the Stars right the ship. Stars, Leafs, Oilers, book it.
Rhett, would it bother you if we had a little overtime between Vegas and Dallas? Could we handle that?
No, we can do that all you
Dean,
want,
in?
Ryan.
I'm in for that.
Let's go. Only 1 overtime game so far?
Yeah. Because I think we're together on this across the board. I probably don't need to watch more than about 7 or 8 minutes of this friggin' Kings Oilers game.
No.
Yeah, if it's 3-0 early, that's great. We can just move on with our lives. Like, when does Jason 30 start?
Oh, did you see that save Skinner had? No, I did not. Unless it happened 3 minutes in, I didn't see it. Thanks a lot, LA.
Lots of news coming out of Toronto, fellas. Some of it concerning, some of it not. Austin Matthews did not skate this morning, but
not concerning.
Is going to play tonight. William Nylander did skate this morning and is likely not going to go tonight. He stayed with the scratches, but not officially ruled out just until game time, as he was in games 1 and 2 as well in Boston. It felt like he was closing in on a return here, but it might not be game 3, fellas.
So what's the deal here? Because he played. Did he not
game
play
82,
season
late
finale?
shift late, was fine after the game, woke up feeling weird on Thursday.
Did he
Chris
do the Rhett
Johnson's got a piece
Warner
on the Athletic about this?
Hey, did he do the Rhett Warner ow my ankle in Chicago?
Like curb. You got to watch the curb.
On the curb.
Was he hammered on St. Patrick's Day? Is that timeline?
You're all gibbled?
It'll happen. End of my career.
Yeah.
I thought that was Keenan.
Hell of a way to go. I thought that was Eiserman giving me a stick of the ice. Can't keep up.
Either way.
So we'll watch that. And there's still a little pressure on one Leaf that is playing. Look at Steve Simmons just absolutely taking the guillotine to Leafs. This asshat, this is how he makes money. Just torching. So
that's the
guys.
cover of the Toronto Sun.
That is
newspaper.
the Toronto Sun. Are you kidding me?
When for people that aren't watching, it's a photo of Mitch Marner, but his face has been removed. And
it's just see-through.
Yeah.
And
when Buds need him most, Mitch Marner pulling his usual playoff disappearing act, the Invisible Leaf.
And the font's about 1,000. The Invisible Leaf.
Is that a play on words, or is it just what he's saying?
What would the play be?
The Invisible Leaf. Is it
visible teeth? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, cutting for sure.
It's a hell of a shot.
Yeah, and you know what? Not subtle.
No, neither was the fabricated piece about Phil Kessel buying hot dogs 2 kilometers off the path between his.
It's not what it's one where you're kind of reading. Now, do you think he's taking a run at Marner here when he's talking about this?
To your point that you'll say on the show, this is not catching a stray. This is a direct hit.
Yeah, this is not a stray bullet at all. Yeah.
I do it's not the time to ask the question. It'll be the off season, but I do wonder. Treliving's committed to Matthews and Nylander. Marner needs to be done soon. They don't have enough good young players on the blue line. They've got questions in net. I wonder.
Rhett, Mitch Marner.
Yep,
unfairly criticized.
No, because you have to perform when it matters. Pettersson will be the same thing if he shits the bed this playoffs. That's if you want to be good and great. Well, wait, that's the difference. If you want to be good, you do what Mitch Marner's done so far. If you want to be great, you elevate in big games and put up points.
Yeah, and when you're making 10.6 or whatever it is, there's just an expectation you're going to be great.
Yeah, you believe yet. You've kind of established that you have the ability to be great.
Yes.
Now, please go do that.
Tough year for him. and they'll need him if they want to beat Boston without not Alex, William Nylander.
And
Or
listen,
Alex, not a factor.
if Tree doesn't like this guy,
Get some space.
What's he got left? One more year.
1 year. Him and
Yeah.
Tavares.
Is it
Just
I
in
thought
time
they
to
were-
bring in Draisaitl and McDavid. Let's go.
Now, because I thought there was a stagger there. I didn't realize. So both Tavares and Marner are up at the same time? I don't
I'll
know.
check, but I'm pretty sure they.
I was just checking myself. God, Jack, why aren't you checking this stuff?
Jesus, Jack.
Where's Jack at
Yeah.
today? Haven't
Jack,
heard
turn
him.
on his mic.
You hung over
Still
again,
hung over,
Jack?
Jack.
Wake
Still
up.
waiting on the horn of plenty info, Jack. Christ, that was like an hour ago. What are you doing in there?
His spelling, he can't Google it, right?
Jesus.
He's like, how do I spell
Horn,
Gord?
What's this
H-U-
horn thing?
RRRNE? Fucking Jack.
Taking runs at the producer. Jesus, Dean.
Great.
11 million on the nose for Tavares next year, and then he's a free agent. 10.9 for Marner, and then he's a free agent. They're both off the books.
Whew, that's a lot of
Next
cap
summer.
space.
Pick 'em
Enough to
up.
go get those two dopes in Edmonton. I would
That's
suggest.
not
But they're
enough. to get
staggered,
the two
right? They're
Well,
not-
with the cap growth, you're gonna, I mean,
You can only get Leon next year, right? Because isn't Leon
that's
going in?
correct. Yeah,
so
Leon's
they're
got
gonna
1
have
year
to
left.
wait.
Connor's got 2, but once Leon's out of there, there's no way that
Yeah,
that
that's
dude
right.
stays there. They all leave Edmonton. People don't act surprised here. Like they all
All
cry,
that
they all
they
leave.
could
If
pray
Smith leaves,
for
they
is
all
that-
leave.
Yeah, they could just pray that it happens before they bugger off.
It's going to be a sad day for our buddy Ryan when the Oilers have signed Draisaitl to an 8-year
Yeah.
bluggy. Oh,
Yeah, I just don't see it. But
I
get
got to
it.
be honest. If he does, we're doing something wrong.
If what does what?
If
Draisaitl
Draisaitl
stays?
stays, we're doing something wrong.
like us on
Or
this
the
on the
NHL.
screen.
Yes, because we have huge influence down at Saddle Dome Rise Way or whatever they call that.
No, you're
road.
right. That's what it is.
And
Yeah.
it'll be the new rink, I guess. So maybe it'll be a new address. But either way,
It'll still be the Saddle Dome Rise for the new bill. Yeah.
we're
Okay.
still going to have to do a better job of figuring this out.
It's
because-
true. When Leon dreams of playing in other markets, it's elsewhere in Alberta. It's not, Miami
Yeah.
or LA or New York.
Oh, the Oilers can hang Edmonton, the cultural capital.
Yeah,
can hang
Leon's-
on to, top
Leon's like
5
my
player.
dog. He doesn't like it too hot. He loves it cold.
Yeah,
He'll sit
yeah.
outside. He's just happy to kind of sit in the cool breeze. He doesn't want to come in. That's Draisaitl for sure.
Well, at least they'll have that wrapped up on July 1st. We'll see you then.
Yeah.
First day can be extended. Okay, we move
Mm.
to Dallas, Vegas. This one, feels like a banger of a series. We didn't know what we were going to get from Vegas. They looked discombobulated down the stretch. But then Mark Stone scores early, and Thomas Hurdle is doing things,
Leadership.
and Noah Hannafin's running power play 1. You're like, oh yeah, they're still very good if they want to be, and they did all that with Logan Thompson in net in game 1, Dean, not Aiden Hill, who we
That's right.
don't know a ton about.
Jack
Yeah.
Eichel's running power play 1. Let's not.
Yeah, another guy that they had to part with what to get?
He's so-
Alex Tuck.
he's
Yeah,
very
and
good.
Peyton Krebs, lovely young local kid, but not yet established as a star in the NHL for sure. They're just doing Vegas things, guys.
Yeah.
Copy them as much as you can.
Yeah, don't let Evander Kane play with a sports hernia all year when you could have got frickin' Gensel with the salary cap space.
In hindsight, and I'm just going to throw this out there just between us girls. Let's
Yeah.
say, hypothetically speaking, when the Buffalo Sabres were going to be trading Jack Eichel,
Yeah.
and let's just say you had no qualms on the back neck issues,
I didn't.
that you were fine with it, and you were in contract talks, but the Sabres, in order to, if you were going to get Jack Eichel, it was going to cost you Matthew Tkachuk. In hindsight, if you were the Flames, would you have been better off making that deal?
Yes, but I think in all circumstances, you needed to know what was Tkachuk. I think part of it's because I'm like, Tkachuk's leaving. I think they knew that all along. I don't think Tkachuk ever led them on and was like, I want to be a Flame for life.
Because I think what it was we can get Eichel to play with Tkachuk, which hey, you want to stay here because we've got a top flight world class centerman for you to play.
Yeah,
with.
I agree with that. And I also think your chances of Tkachuk staying were much higher if Johnny stayed, and that it was a no-brainer after that. Not that it's like 80%, but I think you got a coin toss at least if Johnny's still there. They just had an epic year. They won the division. It was an unhappy here, but if Johnny's gone, it's like, well, okay.
But again, but the original point being that I think that was because we heard that the Flames were very close on getting him, but it was you were going to have to put Tkachuk in that deal.
This is so. Wait, can I just? I'm an idiot, but so they weren't willing to go in or to go all in at a point when they actually might have had a chance. But then after shit falls apart, we're like, oh shit.
Now we got to go all in.
All in. Quick.
You know,
the ship is sinking. All in.
It's funny because, like Dean's saying, that you have to get rid of Tkachuk to get Eichel. I had sort of thought Valimaki was a principal piece.
Everything else, I don't know. Maybe you can't get Eichel.
I don't know what the deal was. You've heard a lot of speculated stuff.
I just know that the situation was it was going to cost you Tkachuk to get this deal done.
But it's not Tkachuk.
But the thing was, you wanted those were going to be your
take Valimaki and a couple firsts instead was probably what the Flames wanted to do.
And they said, no, I'm not interested in that.
Yeah. So here we are. The other thing too, it's hard to remember, was just how damaged those goods were. Like Eichel's won a cup and is shaken a lot, but there was some major, you don't want this guy, cancer. There was some nonsense about the surgery being too risky. This was Melrose Place.
No way. That was put out by the Sabres so they could sell him because they didn't want him anymore because he was giving them the finger and they were trying to bleep him over.
Yeah. Yeah. And it hurt their own market for him. And like literally have a pal that had the same surgery prior that year. It's not crazy.
It's better surgery.
It's way better. It's an advance in technology and in science and in medicine. It's a better surgery than the prior one. And they use that as we don't know the long term. I don't know. We're not going to give them permission. They're just giving them the bird. That's what they're doing.
And on the Flame side, I don't think there was concern.
No,
they were prepared to make
anyone. There was the Sabres weren't concerned with it. They just didn't like how things were playing out.
Yes. And I just think some people in the media ran with that. Oh, there's too much risk here. And there just wasn't. It's not like, I remember a rep reaching out saying like, I sell these discs. This thing is not crazy. It's a very standard procedure that you don't need the top surgeon in North America to do this. This is not crazy. Anyway. We'll move. How did we get to Eichel? Oh, because Vegas is playing Dallas tonight. And then finally, Edmonton, LA we'll see as well tonight, where I just don't. Does LA just burn the tape? I'm
sorry. I can't go past. I can't move forward to just get this off because who cares? LA is
God damn it.
Cooked.
Yeah, it's a big goddamn it. And honestly, watching Vancouver lose Demko, it's like, of all the paths, is there an easier one than Edmonton's looking at right now to get to the Final Four?
Be a tough spring, gentlemen. Because I feel like if you come out of the West, you're feeling really good.
Well, they're going to have to beat someone good from the Central. It's just those teams might be beat up to shit, whether it's Colorado, Dallas, Vegas, or Winnipeg. Those four good
say teams. That all the time, and then good teams are good teams.
Maybe McDavid, is he much like Thatcher Demko? Do we maybe hear about a McDavid injury that's lingering from the regular season? Maybe I have to take moments. Don't want anybody to be injured. Not wishing that upon anybody. I'm just wondering if there's a situation that exists. Maybe.
Is there any sort of flight things you want to talk about, Dan, or have you got through that part of your career?
No, don't need to bring that up at all. Not at all. No.
Winnipeg, they were all fired up for game 2 last night, but maybe don't do this again because this didn't work.
Hey, you Colorado Cucamongan cocksuckers. Should be in modern times and all. I can't drink the blood of my enemies. I can sure drink their fucking beer, though. Welcome to the Winnipeg Whiteout, boys.
You're wearing
blue.
To
hell.
You're wearing blue, you idiot.
Is that every Manitoban, or is that gentleman an outlier? I've never been.
That man is a hero. He's a folk hero.
Yeah.
That guy's one of those guys that dresses up
I
like
love
it's
the
a
white
war in the
blue.
1500s.
I love the blue whiteout.
Yeah,
that's the why. Welcome to the whiteout. You're wearing all dark colors.
You don't have anything white on.
You shithead.
You Cucamonga. All right.
Cucamonga. Take 2.
Islanders will head home down 0-2. There's a couple teams staring
Islanders
at
are
0-2,
home.
or Tampa, or Washington. Isles got a switch to make, though. We talked about it yesterday. It's happening. Patrice Roy saying Ilya Sorokin going to start game 3, and why not? He's been arguably the best goal in the NHL since he arrived here. They've been rolling Varlamov. Okay. Feels like last call, though.
Yeah, and they get the extra day, right?
Yes, that's correct. They are not playing tonight. 3-game
This
slate only.
eve.
Yeah. Last night, Cavalry FC opened their Canadian Championship tournament with a tilt against Vancouver FC in their cherry blossom jerseys. Let's go to the action. Cavalry carded down to 10 men. Uh-oh.
Verhaeghe, the big man, looking to turn. Still Verhaeghe.
Kevin
And
Olszewski.
now Gutierrez and Fraser Ed. Who's going to shoot? Trying to chip it across. And now it's in the back of the net, is it? It is. It's Verhaeghe at the back post. And the 10 men are in front.
There it is. The view from the Rowdies, Dean. We got the smoke going. First home game at Atco Field. The regular season will open this Sunday at 3. As for the Canadian Championship, on the move to face MLS's Whitecaps
Who's
on
that
May
guy on the
7th.
left there, Rhett? Going on that last, sorry, Jack, on that last shot there, they had the kind of side by side two guys.
Marco?
There. Who is that?
Because Shoveler knows that person.
Not a quarterback, it's a goalkeeper. So
Doesn't
May
matter.
7th, the Whitecaps of MLS will be at Spruce Meadows at Atco Field to face Cavalry. That will be an absolute banger. They'll then go back to Vancouver to play the second leg. Anytime you can get the Cavs against an MLS club, it will be nutso. This one will take place at Atco Field. And Messi, not a member of
Messi.
not a Whitecap.
Well, you had said there.
Messi not in this game.
When is that game? When
When is
Messi's
he
here?
coming then?
Not on the schedule yet. It's
Oh, okay.
it's
You'll let
not
us
been
know?
scheduled. I will.
Listen,
Yes.
Okay.
I want you to get us tickets for that.
Yes. Well,
Definitely wanna
again,
see-
May 7th. You're going to want to get tickets as well.
Macy. Definitely want to see May. Now that video that you had from the foot soldiers how did we gain that footage? How did
I
we
took it on my phone.
Oh, I see.
You're a
It
foot
was-
soldier?
I just stood amongst them for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Never
should get
boring
that.
there.
I think
Never
you should get a
boring.
tattoo.
If the drums in your ear get a little too noisy, you just go to a different section. And then you come back for more later. And the beer vendors stand right in there. They know where the action is. They know what they're doing. Big win for the Cavs. Good work. Up the Cavs. Season opener Sunday, 3 p.m. Tim Nackey is in Vegas. But it went down like shit yesterday. So he's going back to the online and blending it in with a little table play in Vegas. Let's check in with our boy.
Hang on. What Rhett's got?
It wasn't all bad.
It's just the entertainment value. It was
just,
janky.
yeah.
And it
Not his
happens
fault.
so fast when you're playing multiple hands.
It's just gone.
It's like, okay, so hits. So what is that? The soft 7. What are we doing? Bang, 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 and they're just pulling your chips off. So son of a bitch. Where are we at now? Because he played 2 rounds.
He won. He lost.
He played
most,
3
but
squares twice
Yeah.
and wagered over $100,000 US or New Zealand dollars in the process. So here's Tim Nackey. We'll go full screen, bring up the sound, and go to our boy.
It is day 75 going to blackjack and betting 10 cents for every Instagram follower I've got. We have officially hit the milli mark, so we have a $100,000 bet today. We're splitting it 50K online, 50K on the felt here at Red Rock. Let's make some fucking money. Alrighty. Now, it's no secret that yesterday's performance was absolutely fucking piss poor, so we're going to do something a little bit idiotic. But for day 75, we have a $100,000 bet to go on. We're doing 50 online, 50 on the foul. I'm going to do 40 on the nose online, 5K each of the side bets. This lady would suck a golf ball through a garden hole, 7 and 8. No, 11 double down. You better fucking believe we're going to have a red hot crack at it, please. We land this one and we're damn near playing for free. Go 10 here. Yes! 21. Now go 10, 10. Bust you, motherfucker. 10 and 10 and 10 and 10. That'll do.
That'll do.
That'll fucking do. That is a big fucking win on day 75, and we're heading down bottom with nothing to lose and everything to gain. 30,000 USD going on the line. 10 and 10, 10's all round. Bruce, be good to me, brother. 6 isn't great, 3's even worse, and a 9. Oh, 8, 13, and you're not flipping a picture? Oh, that's disgusting. Go and hits all round. Hits, got a hit. Yeah, had to happen. We've got to stand. We're on the cusp of an absolute hiding.
Big.
Oh, no! He's found his way to 20. Absolutely gross.
So when you do the currency figuring out, it's basically 50 grand on the tables. He loses that all, but he doubled on the online, which allowed him to come out quite a bit ahead. He was playing the bonuses as well. It's better than it could have gone.
It's the screw job by the dealer that's got me upset.
These live dealers.
You had the cards to bust. Fucking bust already. Let's go.
Yeah. And good thing he doubled. Hey, Dean, because that saved his bacon.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Jesus.
It's tough, Dean.
That's a quick 30 grand.
Zip.
So you've been referencing now the Kiwi currency.
Yes.
What are we talking about?
NZD, New Zealand dollars. Do you want an exchange rate to Canadian or American?
Canada.
Both. Canada, I guess, because he's living in Canada.
So if he's betting 100,000 Kiwi dollars, that would be 81,000 Canadian dollars. That's a big bet. Okay. Dean, what's the name of that big dog you got?
It's my boy Bear.
He loves the swing, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Just having fun, rolling around. Looks like morning sun, Dean. What a beautiful time for Bear to be outside.
This friggin' looks like him too. This is
look at him.
Shit,
what a
he pulls
kid
around here.
Beauty. Love that.
I don't think that's beauty at all. That's bite you in the ass and tear you apart.
Well, let's see, because Bear got into the neighbors thing and they're trying to have a barbecue. Let's look.
I got a video of that.
Out you go, bud. Bear, go home.
Hey!
Hey.
Hey! No, Mike.
No.
He's stern with him, Dean.
No.
Just move. Just.
All right. And that's why you get bear-proof fences, guys. Look at that. You're safe.
Yeah. Safe now.
Everyone way too calm there.
You gotta stay calm, Dean. You can't freak out.
Can't just freak out.
Opens the gate. Okay, out. You got it. Out.
Out you go.
I'm a bear, asshole. What do you mean out? How about you get out? I'll close the gate behind you, you idiot. I'm the apex predator here.
Yeah. So if you had to choose, you'd probably want a smaller pet then, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this French guy found an adorable, what is that?
Très 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 fort. Aïe. Regardez ce qu'on vient de trouver aujourd'hui. On a un coléoptère géant, le deuxième plus grand coléoptère.
Oh, perfect. Right on your shoulder, Dean, when you're going for a two-banger.
Donc c'est un coléoptère énorme.
Sit on the dash in the truck.
Mats Naslund, le premier étoile, the first star.
Look at the size of that thing.
Regardez ça, il est juste gigantesque. Ses antennes, elles
gigantesque.
sont quasiment 15 cm. Et il accroche très
Gigantic?
fort. On voit
Gigantesque?
pas, au bout de ses pattes, il a deux petits crochets.
Next. Okay. Well, there you are. Rhett's moving down to Florida. He keeps threatening it. I think it's because of the great zip lines they have down there. That's what I've heard.
Taxes.
That too. Okay.
Woo!
Isn't that great? That's Bear. He just wants to play.
Hey guys,
what you guys doing?
You guys are you guys ziplining? Oh, I love a good zip line.
Do you have any pigs?
I would kick that thing right in the snout. Get out.
Go the other way. Don't kick it.
I'm not intimidated. I'm not intimidated by the bear or the stupid gate.
Big question. Do you guys subscribe to the 5 or 10 second rule?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's the number? 5 for you, Red?
Yeah, 10.
10 for you, Dean.
Yeah.
Let's go see what this lady's rule is.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Hell no.
Okay, found it on the ground.
Okay. What do we got? A dog there?
Sorting.
I apologize. It's not 5 at the ballpark.
At the
Where
ballpark?
everyone's Choose
No.
and just give it a
Just
wipe.
give it a quick.
Oh, well, then, yeah, that's
oh, look, she's giving it the.
Yeah.
Just babe,
It
hang
doesn't
on,
seem-
hang on. I just need to.
Give it to your child. Oh.
Kids are resilient. Kids are tough.
They are resilient. I'll
You
give
see
you
the
that.
shit kids are putting in their mouth, or eating dirt and
I
bugs.
actually say that's very good for their gut biome.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you survive all the colds you get, you got a great little immunity going, don't you, Rhett?
That is the biggest farce ever. Anyway.
I don't know what is going in your kids' mouths at your house. We now have the put it on your nails so you stop biting it shit.
Oh.
Because that can be a bad habit.
Ah.
Yeah. Habit forming.
I
I actually worked with someone who had it. It was like chronic. She couldn't stop, and it was like
Rob Ray does it.
her fingernails were right down to the nub and like dry and bleeding, but she just couldn't.
The hell's the difference? What do you need a
nail bed.
fingernail? You paint?
She couldn't stop. Just couldn't stop it.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah. So this is us stretching for the vid to show up. Is that what we're?
No, I was just telling you. You talked about kids putting dumb shit in their mouth. I just thought I'd interject there. Let's get
so
to.
you'd start talking about biting fingernails.
Yeah. So what I like to do to get them busy, get them doing activities, get them on their bikes. It's spring now. Start zipping around. That'll keep them from biting their nails because you got to have your hands on the handlebars, right? Yeah.
Jack, if you don't figure out this video situation,
if Boom Boom was in studio, the democracy would come crashing.
that's why I stay home so that our bandwidth is better.
That is what you say. Don't know that it's accurate. Let's go. So when you're done mountain bike or dirt biking, you got to get the dirt bike back up in your truck bed. So they built these ramps. So you go right in.
Dean loves a ramp.
Loves a ramp.
I hurt myself.
Oh, jeez. Right in the chops.
Yeah, the tailgate. That's yeah.
A lot went wrong there.
Yeah,
A lot
yeah.
went wrong. Now, right down in Florida, you thought about getting a boat?
Jet boat.
Jet boat?
The Glades. I can go.
You got options. You can
alligator.
get a yacht. You can get something you can fish in. But I just want to make sure you got your boater's license. You're comfy parking your boat.
Oh, shit.
Do it again. Yep.
Well, once you've done it.
Our buddy in BC, Trevor, he wouldn't have pulled that shit.
No.
That guy knew how to drive a boat.
What about your luxury yacht that you had for one summer, Rhett, and first couple times into the
Yeah, we
marina?
didn't make it out. We didn't make
That
it
was similar, right? That was very.
We did not make it out of the docking area.
My favorite part of that story is your dad. Rhett's got the. What are we talking like, hon? You know, we don't need to talk about dollars, but you know,
quarters or fractions of millions. Yeah,
150, you know, it's nice boat, Mastercraft.
Well, if I sold it, I'd get taxed on the new budget. So.
Yeah. So anyway, not very nice boat. Taking her out for the maiden voyage, and you know, backing out of the slip, and or in forward and crunch twice.
There's the nose.
Now, was DUG there, or did he just hear about it secondhand?
Secondhand.
He heard about it secondhand.
Disappointment.
And his reaction is much like only a father with their idiot son could be. Oh, Rhett. Like disappointed and sad, but not surprised. Oh, Rhett. Oh,
just dejected.
Did you scrape the paint? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we got a big issue there. Yeah,
fiberglass problems.
Yeah, less.
You know a guy that's good at fiberglass repair? Yeah. Oh, Rhett.
Dad, what do you know about hulls?
Don't worry about it, Dad. I made money on it. Sold it and flipped it. We're fine.
Want to make sure this didn't happen to Rhett because he's been out of town for a while and he still has a mansion here in Calgary. This gentleman was on vacation and came home to this.
I've just come home from holiday and someone's completely knocked down my house. They were supposed to do 50 Macmillan, but they've done 50 Audley. Absolutely atrocious.
Not ideal. They had the wrong address on the demolition.
Yeah.
You're going to get a new spot. You're going to get a new home. I'm guessing through this process, it might take some time, but what you're going to end up with at the end of the day is something brand stinking.
But what about the keepsakes? I had a World Junior gold medal somewhere in there.
That guy living there doesn't have keepsakes. He's got a couch and
Shane King is just licking his chops. He's like, we're going to get you a hell of a place. You want pool? You want a pool? Infinity pool? Just make a list of shit you want.
A lot of damages there. I don't know. Emotional and physical.
Yeah.
You can't imagine how much stuff I had in there, Mr. Insurance
So much stuff,
Man.
yeah.
I was
doubloons and
gold bars.
Yeah, I don't believe in bank counts. I had gold bars in there.
Yeah.
This would suck if you're on a flight. I know Rhett has some travel delays, Buffalo and back. You got to transfer through. If you're on the plane and you see this happening, because you can see out the window, looks like as we zoom in on someone climbing on the wing. That doesn't look like a mechanic, does it?
But it's not in motion yet. We're not going down
No, they're not moving, but where's this person?
Oh, this is
thinking?
delaying things, I think.
Yeah.
I'd love to get moving.
And where do you think you're ending
Where
up?
are you going, bud? Yeah. Like where? Oh, yeah.
Oh, look, people were waiting for him. That's great. Those are his pal. Oh, those are law enforcement officials.
I'm cooperating. You don't need to tase me. Bzzz.
There is.
I'm not resisting her. Bzzz.
That's like streaking the field. You're going to get that. You're like, okay,
Please
I'm here,
stop.
lying down. And then
It's
just like a knee
called
right in the back.
repetitive motion syndrome. When you do too many Zoomers, you twist off. It's repetitive motion syndrome.
Yeah.
Not his fault.
Syndrome. Jack, I don't know if we got this or not. The video we were struggling with that I DM'd you. We got it. Okay. So there is asshole behavior, and this might be peak asshole behavior. And you either love it or hate it, depending where you fall in on the sport of golf and the people that golf. So this is a guy just honking in people's backswings. Next guy.
Same group. Oh, he's coming. What are you doing?
Why are you so stupid? You're an idiot.
I love this.
It's working.
Hit it again. So he's got one in the pocket.
I'm gonna just drop another one.
That's not your fault, Jim. Tee it up again, Jim. That's not your fault.
Can't believe this guy did that.
That's something. I'll wait till the end.
What's your problem?
I like all these guys relaxed on the golf course. Just a
This
nice
is the
day,
thing, right? There's a little beauty in all of it there.
It is beautiful that golfers who are not notoriously tough bastards all are tough when this sort of situation.
You start doing this, I'll swing.
Oh yeah, when you got a
swing on you.
friggin' driver in your hand, a little more confident. When you could beat a guy with a golf club.
Peak asshole.
Yeah,
I love it. And you know,
finally,
what?
I found something that.
Wait. It reminds me, and it was something I don't know why I thought of this yesterday, but it was our Mexico trip where that guy threw out the most horrendous comment during a wedding ever.
No.
Anyway,
Right as she's walking up the aisle, right?
Yeah.
I was actually yesterday, a decade later, I was still disappointed in myself for not suckering or laying that guy out.
You had like secondhand.
The story
is that's how bad it was.
It's awful.
We're at the old place. We take a group of selling trips to go to Mexico. So we go down to Mexico for a week and day 1 or 2. And this guy has been loudmouth soup from the minute we got to the airport. Hey, Warner, we're gonna get very damn good. He's this guy nonstop the whole time. So it's about day 2. We are all done with this guy. And the resort is obviously on the water, but there's a patch of grass before the beach, before the ocean. And we're just having, I don't know, it was early enough in the day that this was still wedding on the lawn. Chairs set up. They got the nice little arch at the end. Mr. Hoopy Doo, do you take this bride, the whole thing? And the lady's going down. She got dad on her arm, and Johnny Loudmouth Soup leans over the fence, she's got a fat ass! Now, I know what you're saying. Is there a chance maybe she didn't hear him? Is there a chance that maybe the waves crashing down on the shore drowned it out? Is there any hope that maybe not that all of the guests that were there for the wedding, that maybe they all missed it? My answer, no. Absolutely 0% chance that they didn't hear him.
Well, I mean, there's always your next wedding, I guess. It's some people have more than one.
And everybody else, you just want to do that. Oh my God. I don't know if anybody deserved to get hit over the head or punched. It's not for getting a honk in your backswing. It'd be for that behavior.
Still,
we were all guilty by association.
I'm still mad at myself for not having the internal, the fortitude to turn and deliver.
Well, I'm surprised too, because it was night 1, I believe. We got there and we were sitting watching the Flames game on TV, and he came up behind you, and what did he do? Put you in like a headlock. He was kind of punching you in the, hey man, you're here, blah, blah.
I text you.
Yeah. You're like, I'm gonna fucking kill this guy. And it was beyond, because the resort was kind of a shithole. I'm leaving. I'm getting on a plane tomorrow. I'm flying home. I'm not. I am out. Not our best day.
Right. We had one more.
Well, stop at the service I'd like to see introduced in Calgary, because sometimes you can get overserved in this fine, fine city with so many wonderful establishments. This is in Japan, where you can purchase a face slapping service at last call for sobering up. It's 500 yen, or about $4 a session. Here we go.
Jesus.
Oh, down she goes. Oh, look at this. Oh, cute. That's a little better.
Now, are you shelling out $4 per slap or per set?
It's a reasonable rate, Dean. You decide how much you need it. The more you drink, the more slaps you need.
What's the science behind this? Like, you're driving home after the slap session?
A late night sobering
You're definitely
up?
not driving, yeah. I just, you get a little drowsy, need a little adrenaline rush, Dean. Ooh. This first one, that's the love tap there. The rest are pretty legit.
Yeah, now, I'll say this. Ryan, I've been out with you and you've needed, I'll pay.
Yeah, see, there you go. Perfect.
I'll cover you for this.
This is our $1 billion idea, guys. We need to bring this into some establishments around town.
And you probably say, well, why would you? And the answer is clear. It's because, Ryan, I care. I care about you.
You care about the people around you.
Putting you ahead
you
of
specifically.
Sometimes you got to slap the shit out of the people in your life. That's Pinder Report.
And sometimes you pay somebody else to do it. It can be equally as enjoyable and satisfying.
Good leaders delegate.
Village Honda, huge selection of pre-owned vehicles, all makes, all models. Maybe, you know what? Maybe it's one of those things. Warmer weather now. Maybe I'm going to look for a nice little sporty number to wheel around with this summer.
Ooh.
Wood Automotive Group, over 500 pre-owned vehicles inside the group. Make Village Honda your one-stop automotive destination in Calgary. They are worth the trip. Village Honda, located in the Northwest Auto Mall. Beautiful. A couple things we need to get to. We'll do our Betway bets in a moment. I've also talked, I guess it's been a while since we kind of talked about this, but was it April?
April Fools?
April something.
Yeah.
There's nothing interesting. We were just talking about wedded bliss, and
that's right.
getting married.
Best decision you can make.
There's nothing quite like it. If you are not married, allow the three of us who are to tell you.
Do that.
It's a thing.
Join the club.
Would love to have you in the fraternity for sure. See the happiness that you see here every day? You too can have what we have. Vina Nova, Calgary's lab-grown diamond specialists. They're the only store in Calgary that specializes exclusively in lab-grown diamonds. Grown in a lab. Inferior? No, actually, in many cases, superior.
Superior
to the rocks that they're digging out of the ground, which seems kind of archaic and silly to be still doing. It's 2024. What are we talking about? You go to Vina Nova. This has been grown in a lab, same composition. And the savings, in some cases, up to 80% less than what you're going to spend on one of those dirty, gross, dirty rocks out of the ground. Vinanova.com. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because maybe this is when love is in the air and you want to pop the old question to that special person in your life. Then be ready with the thing to put on their finger. And you do that at Vina Nova. Second level of Stephen Avenue Place. It's a downtown showroom, or you can go online at vinanova.com. I have worked, we all have, but even recently worked with Justin at Vina Nova. Dude, he knows his bleep.
You're in good hands.
Because I'm
I
guessing
don't know how much work you did, but Justin was dialed.
Yeah, you go in but they understand that. They get that. A lot of times, guys or whatever, just that's not our wheelhouse. That's not our forte. Okay, well, what does he or she like? What do they like? Let's work together. We have a little thing, a little project on the go for my wife. Again, married, wedded bliss over here. So happy.
Was that your roommate you call her? Is that right?
The woman I live with.
Right.
Yeah. Vina Nova. Vinanova.com. Be as happy as we are with Vina Nova. That's not their tagline. Not their cell line at all. Betway bets. Betway bets. 3 games tonight. Only 3. Come on, Lou. You need that extra day. Rhett's already laid his out. You've got the little parlay. We throw out individuals. You could do whatever you want with Betway. Get that Betway app. You do whatever you want. Take our bets. Tell us to beat it. Yeah, in game, ups and downs. I saw last. I almost jumped in too. 2-2 game, second period. Lightning Panthers, and the Lightning were a plus. I mean, they were creeping up and up and up. I said, "Geez, this is anybody's game here." And I held off, and that wouldn't have been the bet to do. I just whatever. With Betway, you can get a free bet up to $200 if your first bet loses. Create that new account, scan the QR code on the screen, redeem your bonus, place a bet, no minimum amount required, and if that bet loses, you will get a refund of up to $200. You then use that to keep on betting on your favorite sports. Offer only available outside of Ontario. So that's how that goes.
Suck it, Leafs. Yeah.
That's how it goes. So here's what we got for you tonight. Tomas Hertl. Again, why is it so?
Hurts so good.
Vegas at good. Dallas. 1 point. That's all for Hertl. He's playing on the power play. He's a dynamite scorer. Plus money for a point for Hertl. I'll take it. And this one hit early and easy. Yeah. And I'm going to just keep on rolling. Edmonton by a goal and a half or more, plus 125 on home ice. I feel like they're just giving money away here.
That line did not adjust as much as I think it probably should have after what we watched 2 nights ago, but maybe we're just all wrong because sometimes when everyone feels, it's got to be this, it's got to be this, it's got to be this, it's that. But
maybe did the Kings show enough in coming back? But again,
you're up. How many?
Within 1.
You're up 5, and how hard are you trying?
Yeah. So Edmonton minus a goal and a half, plus 125. Feel good about it again.
I'm with you on that, Dino. I've gone and cut and pasted that one on my bets of the day. Edmonton minus 1.5. Really hope I'm wrong. Hope I'm jinxie pants, all that. But if the number's going to be that high, I got to keep playing this. And then I'm also the over 6.5 because that doesn't feel like that's going away. I don't love the net minding in either of these ends.
Rhett, what are your like those two there? You're putting your faith in the Oilers, and that rarely works.
Yeah,
plus money on both of those.
I think those are nice bets, to be honest.
What is going to? Yeah, unless something has really changed.
Here's the thing: if you lose both those bets, it's probably good news for the Kings and good news for you.
That's true.
Just your spite of the Oilers. So
There
it's
you
a
go.
win-win here. It's a happiness.
Take the loss if you get the win. Yeah.
And Rhett, your parlay to revisit on the 3 games tonight.
Edmonton.
You have.
I'm going to 3-game parlay just for the wins. Edmonton, Toronto, and the Dallas Stars at home, right in the ship. Time getting it back to
There
one.
you go. I wonder what that would be. Let's see here. I'm going to go on my
work on that.
I'm going to go on my Betway app, and this is much like with
You like it, don't you? You like that one, don't you?
Much like with football, right? What? How much are we wagering on that?
$100, a brown
Okay,
bill.
100. Yeah, every time it's 100.
Not all of us are millionaires, so
So all the home
bet Reds
teams,
numbers.
right? All 3 home teams. We're going to put $100 down. I know we shouldn't really. Quick, $463.
Oh wow! Plus 463, plus 363. Yeah,
Plus
that's
363.
good.
There you go. Betway, bet the responsible way with Betway, and use that offer. If you haven't already, then you need to get in it. Free bet up to $200 if your first bet loses. You create the new account, but you need that QR code that's on your screen right there.
Right
and we'll give you
there.
a bonus. Bet the responsible way with Betway. We've heard from Noodles.
Did you see Vladdy at first last night?
What happened?
Routine ground ball thrown to first. Whiff. 3 unearned runs come in. That would have been the 3rd out of the inning.
Oh,
lose 3-2.
San Diego.
0 for 5 at the dish. Kansas City Royals, but close. Yeah.
Jamie McLennan, the good news here, he has landed. Just landing now, buddy.
So he's in the process of landing. Best of luck with the landing.
Yeah. Just landing now, buddy. I will be good for tomorrow. Sorry about that. And I said, that's fine. Rhett only crushed you for about 15 minutes.
Yeah. Which is the right amount, I think, Rhett, to be fair.
He said, haha, he's good at that. So there you go.
Ariel Rodriguez on the bump today.
I was going to say we've lost Pinder here for a little bit.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
Coming
up on get the if you got questions for the 3 of us, you can use the Great Clips inbox. That's why it's there. That's what it's for. Email the show. Great Clips inbox at FlamesNation.ca. Already some questions coming in. Would love to see a few more. So be in advance of Friday, like nowish. Whenever you're listening or watching, fire one in for us and we'll get to it on Friday. Again, the email address, Great Clips inbox at FlamesNation.ca. It's going to be great. I mean, the haircut's going to be great, but also the Great Clips inbox, the segment, so great.
Not waiting around an hour for a haircut. That's going to be great.
Isn't that great?
Best.
Get a little text saying, hey,
yoo-hoo.
Hey, muchacho, you're 15 minutes away from your haircut. Let's get it moving.
Hey, muchacho.
Hey, muchachos.
Reply 1 to stop all. Reply 2 to come get your haircut. Muchacho.
Muchachos. Well, good luck with the shredded chicken, Rhett. I'm already I'm eagerly awaiting the result and to hear about it on the show tomorrow. Boy, I feel like I wonder what the odds would be on Betway for the chicken dip.
Feels like chicken ending up in the tacos minus 300. We got a soup at plus 150, and you can go off the board for plus 300. Any other options?
There's a lot of chicken there, so there might be.
Yeah, that's true. We can define the rules here.
Yeah,
he's using it for 6 things. You can't win all.
I guess the other thing is too. Do you just before I place my bet on Betway, do you have any cream cheese in the house?
No.
Ooh, feels like an oversight.
Yeah, so that's
it got used like a day ago.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like that's big plus money now then, because to go out and get you got to be really dedicated to it. You got to be feeling good about it. You can do it, but I hear the indecision in your voice. I don't feel like you're so.
It's already 2 hours later there, dude.
I've got a plan. It's going to be great, and I'm gonna I'm going to check a lot of boxes. Let's just say that.
Well, don't you go betting on Betway because that's like insider trading and you'll take this whole thing down.
I still haven't found this Rhett. How does he use the grated chicken line?
Warner abusing the knowledge, going on Betway and placing a huge sum of money down.
Tim Nacky style.
on shredded on chicken burritos.
Jeez, huh?
It's terrible. Well, should I just Ryan? You want me to hit the thing? How's Jack doing? Jack has been, still waiting on the Horn of Plenty.
It's not his best day.
Not your best, Jack.
Cafe Nashville every night, said the Tragically Hip.
Clean it up, Jack. See you tomorrow, buddies.